What's up, my friends? Todd Falcone here. Welcome to toddfalcone.com. It's been a little bit since I've produced a blog video because I've been working on a lot of other projects here that we're kind of coming to completion with, but good to be back. And this is probably going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a little bit longer than a 2 to 3 minute typical blog post video that I would normally do because I think the subject just necessitates it. So okay, so over the years, I've been in the network marketing space for a long time, about 2.5 decades, and I've always thought there's different reasons why people fail or don't make it in the network marketing space. I mean, I think a long time ago, it was like lack of leads or lack of training, lack of support, and certainly those could be reasons why people might not make it in network marketing, not having enough people to talk to, not knowing what to do, not having a support team in place. But really, I think I've come to the conclusion that the main reason why people don't make it in network marketing, we can say fail, is because they care too much about what other people think about them. They're so concerned with how someone might respond or react to them if they were to bring a product or a business to them, that it puts them in complete paralysis mode where they don't do anything at all. Or what they'll do is they have a great list of contacts of people that they know, but they start doing other things to avoid talking to the people that they know. For example, they'll go talk to a complete stranger that they have no relationship with when they've got a phone that's full of people that they've got great relationships with already, those individuals that may know them, that, some of them will respond favorably and join them if they were to actually act and make contact with them. So to me, and this is based on a lot of coaching and phone calls. In fact, this particular video, as with most of my videos, is motivated by a conversation that I just had. And I just really feel like I had to do this video. Now, here's the thing. So the biggest problem in terms of why people fail in network marketing, in my opinion, is being too utterly concerned about what others think. So I'm so concerned about what my friend, how they might respond, or maybe that I don't know enough, or that I haven't made enough money and how they might respond to me, or what if they say no, or what if they say yes, or what if I don't have the right words to say, or what if they make fun of me, or whatever. I mean, it could be any number of things, but it's based on how someone, the perception of how they might respond, so therefore they don't end up doing anything at all, and they go into this avoidance procedure, and they don't actually take the appropriate actions and do the things that are necessary in order to achieve success in network marketing. They're not actually doing the revenue producing activities. They're avoiding the revenue producing activities because they're so utterly concerned about the opinions of other people. So what they're doing is they're allowing their fears of how someone might respond to them and the opinions or the potential opinions of other people dictate their behavior. So they instead don't do anything at all. And now, look, I mean, I've had, and this has been kind of like I feel like this has been a Groundhog Day conversation that I've had in my office, because I'm always more than willing to help somebody who calls me and they say, and this is, I'll lay out the conversation. This is a very typical conversation that takes place, and I want you to pay attention to this. So somebody will call me and they'll say, Todd, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I got you live on the phone. Can I ask you some questions? I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And one of the first things that they say, I'm a total failure in my network marketing business. And I'm like, really? Well, tell me about that. And I said, well, first of all, what company are you in? And they'll mention the name of their company. And it's typically a good, solid network marketing or direct sales company, a good, solid company. Okay, all right, so you're in this company. How long have you been in it? And it varies. It might be a year, 2 years, 3 years. Let's say in this example, this call, I've been in the company for 2 years. I'm like, okay, so you've been in the company for 2 years, good, solid company, and you're a failure in the company. So my next question is always the same question. Let me ask you this, and if you see me speak on stage, I kind of do a miniaturized version of this, but my question is, okay, give me an idea in the last 90 days of you being in this business that you're a failure in, how many people have you exposed to your products or your business? How many, give me an idea, what's the number? I mean, if you were to look at the last 90 days of business building activity, how many people have you talked to? And the next answer is always the same. Well, not enough. That's like the typical answer that I get. And then I go, well, that's not the question that I asked you. I said, how many people? Is it closer to 5 or is it closer to 500? And then they think for a second and they go, well, you know, if I had to think about it last 90 days, probably, I don't know, 15 people. So then that's like the average. This, by the way, this is a regular recurring conversation with different people. That's why I call it the Groundhog Day conversation. So my point is, and okay, of course, we already know what the answer is. They already said, well, not enough. So they're telling me that they already know that they're not doing the activities that would be conducive to producing profit, to producing success. And then when we come down to it and I get some kind of number and the average number is, I don't know, 10 or 15, it kind of varies. I don't think there's anybody that could come out and say, I think making 15 reach outs over 90 days would be enough to justify me being a failure in the business. The reality is that they have a distributor ID number with the company that they're in, but they're not actually doing anything. In other words, they're not really even in the business. They're kind of in the business, but they're not really doing anything in the business. They're not doing any business building activity. So, and there are, of course, a number of reasons why people don't do that. But what I've found, and this is based on a lot of years of experience in coaching people and working with people personally, is that the reason that they're not acting is they're so worried. They're so afraid that they might respond in such a manner, and they haven't even made the call yet, so they don't even make the call to find out what the actual response is. So they're afraid of something so much so that they don't even make the call because they're fearful of how they might respond to them, and so they don't end up actually doing the business. So the reality is they're really not, in my opinion, a failure in this case, even though they're a self-proclaimed failure. You know, when I get these phone calls in my office, they're just someone who's really not doing the activities that are necessary to achieve success in network marketing. So the question is, how do we get through that? How do we get past that fear and create a situation where that's no longer a problem for a person? Now, I wish I had some magic pill that I could give you. You could take this pill and all of a sudden everything's going to be okay, and that you'll stop procrastinating and putting things off, and you're going to stop making decisions based on your fear of what might happen if you were to actually act. But there isn't. There's not a pill that you can take. Now, there are some things that you can, of course, do. I think probably one of the simplest things is, and I know people don't like this. It's got to be, give me something that's more complicated. It's got to be simpler than that, Todd. I mean, come on, it can't be so easy as just to pick up my phone and actually make a phone call. In fact, one of the things I have people do in seminars that I do is the people that are totally paralyzed is, I don't say, wake up tomorrow morning and make 100 phone calls, because that seems like so monstrous, so huge. Instead, I go, look, if you're not doing anything, wake up tomorrow morning and make one call. Make one phone call. Just prospect one person on your phone list, on your warm market list, and present your business to them, or pique their interest, or do whatever you're going to do. Make the phone call about your opportunity. And then when the call's done, no matter how good or bad it went, and I do this on stage, I'm just like, touch yourself and take a deep breath and go, oh my gosh, I'm still alive. I'm here. I didn't die from that conversation. Even if it didn't go well, who cares? You cannot allow yourself, if you want to be successful in this business, you cannot continue to allow yourself to have your decisions being dictated by your fears of what someone else might think of you. Because the reality is, guess what? Everybody has an opinion about you anyhow. They already have an opinion, they have a thought, they already have a judgmental decision about who you are, with or without you being attached to a network marketing company or opportunity. So people are already judging individuals, no matter whether you're involved in a business or not. So now, of course, you can do things, and where does this, where does all of this root? Most of it roots from a lack of belief in the business model of network marketing or direct sales. They're like afraid to bring something to someone because, what if they judge me because I'm involved in a business, or I'm involved in a network marketing business, and what if they respond to me negatively? And I get it. I mean, this is a regular occurring theme for so many people in this business that I had to do a video about it, and I had to do a little lengthier video than I would typically do on a blog post. But it's that important that you just come to the realization that, look, you're never going to be successful in this business if you continue to allow your fears to dictate your behavior. Because guess what? There are other people, and including myself, that have fears. The fearless networker, yes, I have fears. I'm willing to push them aside temporarily to face that fear, to do the action or the activity, because I know that if I repeatedly do whatever that activity is that I'm afraid of, and I consistently do it repeatedly over and over again, the fear tends to go away and it'll ultimately disappear. It's like, even I'm a speaker and a trainer. I speak on stages all over the world. I just spoke in Egypt for over 10,000 people. Years ago, before I was a speaker, I was scared to death to speak. I was afraid to get on stage. My heart would be pounding, my mouth would be dry, I would be so nervous, my palms would be sweating, and I mean, as I was getting introduced to get on stage, my heart rate would go up, and I would get so anxious. But because I committed to being on stage, I couldn't just run out of the room. I had to face that fear. And people ask me all the time, are you afraid, or do you have fear before you get up on stage? And my answer is no. I have no nerves. I might have some adrenaline pumping through me, but to say that I'm nervous before I get on stage or afraid to get on stage and speak, the answer is no. But in the early stages, I certainly was. And that's the same thing with prospecting and network marketing, or prospecting in anything. If you're in any kind of sales, there's a lot of anxiety related to exposing someone and how they might respond, not having the right answers. But the only way through it is to really to take the action, to act in spite of your fear, to summon up enough courage to, no matter how you feel, just make the call, make the contact, do whatever it is that you're afraid of, and put yourself in the face of that fear directly, and to let go of the opinions of other people, because they're going to have an opinion either way. And if you continue to allow yourself to let the potential feedback prevent you from doing anything, you're never going to do anything. Now, as far as the business model of network marketing and building belief in the business model of network marketing, that's something that if you surround yourself with people that are in the profession, if you look at the facts, if you look at the numbers, the real numbers of what network marketing is as a global profession, I think that with the WFDSA, the World Federation of Direct Selling Associations, as far as the date I'm doing this video, I think it's about $190 billion a year global profession, 99 million people involved, about 16.8 million people just in the US that are involved. I mean, if you look at the numbers, to me, if I look at the facts, the evidence that's before me about what network marketing is as a business model, that it's a legitimate, real, long-standing business model that's for real, that's enough for you to have, it should be enough for you to have a level of belief in the model itself. Now, of course, there's the other picture, which is you building self-confidence and you build belief in yourself, and that comes through putting yourself in the face of fear, knowing that if there's something that you want to do so badly that you're willing to put yourself in the face of that fear to make the fear go away, to get better at whatever it is that we're talking about, in this case, prospecting and network marketing. And there's not a pill that you can take. I mean, no coaching client. I mean, I can't really do something for someone if they're asking me to help them get past their fear, other than, look, go pick up the phone and make a call, go do a meeting, and then do another meeting, and then do another one, and then you do another one, and then you do another one. And if you continue to face that fear over and over again, eventually that fear, that anxiety will definitely go away. It'll disappear. And then you'll be sitting here making phone calls. You'll talk to anybody, anywhere, at any time, and not be at all concerned about how they're going to respond. Some people respond favorably, some people respond negatively. That's just the way it is, and that's okay. And learning to emotionally detach yourself from whatever the outcome is, positive or negative. So I know, a little bit longer video than I typically do, but it's been a little while since I've done a video for my blog with all the stuff that's been going on in my office. So just a thought. I mean, if you're paralyzed in fear, if you're not moving, if you're not taking action, the actions that you know you should be taking, the greatest breakthrough, I believe, for you is the moment you just kind of don't really care anymore what other people are thinking about what you're doing in a business, in or out of network marketing. You just kind of let go of it. And the moment you can let go of it, it's like, cool, if you join, great. If you don't join, great. If you like what I say, great. If you don't like what I say, great. That's fine. You just don't let it affect you. And that's a level of maturity that we all have to get to. I had to do it. I think virtually anybody who's ever been involved in network marketing, direct selling, or even traditional sales has had to address that issue. It's just about facing your fear, replacing it with just enough courage to make the call, to do the meeting, and then repeating that process over and over again. And eventually it will go away and your check will increase and you'll end up earning more money as a result of it. So I would love to hear from you on this. So if you've been watching the video here on my blog, please do give me your feedback, because this is a major issue for people as far as why they don't make it in network marketing, and it's because they're being ruled by their fears and the opinions of, or potential opinions of, other people. So give me your thoughts. I appreciate you guys. Great to be back here on video, and I'll see you on another one soon.